Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Crits and Grits, Monday Morning Newsbreakers, a real play 5th edition suburban fantasy Dungeons & Dragons podcast set in the accursed realm of Georgia. And we are Georgia's Dungeons & Dragons podcast. I will keep saying that until someone legally makes us stop. With us tonight, we have Becky playing the role of Benny. Benny, what are you updating Facebook with as you all take a long, silent car ride home together?
Benny just has posted, starting off with 3 dots. I'll never look at Marta the same way again. And that's it.
And then Brenham drops you off at your place and then drives on to Gracia's place. Gracia, what are you updating to Facebook on this silent drive with the 3 of you still left in the car?
So she types on hers, that ending does not uphold the bohemian ideals of truth, beauty, and freedom. It's just a black picture, nothing showing on it.
And then Brenham drops you off. Where did you want Brenham to drop you off?
Ask her to drop me off a couple blocks away and walk the last bit home.
And then Jacques, it's you and Brenham. Jacques, what are you updating to Facebook as she reaches your place?
Some people just don't fucking like music. Angry emoji, angry emoji, angry emoji.
Gracia comments underneath, you know that's not about me, right?
Benny just reaches up and gently kind of pats. Well, she would if she was still in the car. She would reach up and gently just patted Jacques on the head, shush, 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 shush. Shush, 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 shush.
I'm sure there's a gift for that.
Yeah, there was probably that awkward moment while you're all silently driving where Jacques reaches for the radio. Someone just stops him. And you all just ride home in silence. And then, Courtney, what is Brenham updating Facebook with once she, parks her car at home? Because we don't update Facebook and drive here.
Well, so...
we don't update Facebook and drive here.
Can I assume that I won't see them until tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, so Brenham is actually just not going to update at all. She's going to be radio silence, and then she'll go to sleep for the night, and then everybody who follows her on social media just freaks out because they are not used to that much radio silence from her socials, and they're like, oh my god, what's happening? And they just keep posting and posting. And then the next morning, she'll post, sorry if I worried anyone, but I need to make something clear. It's good to be who you are, but don't forget the real thing that you need to worry about. And that's inner beauty. No matter what your outer beauty is, it's inner beauty. And she'll just post a bunch of mental health exercises. And then that's it.
And before we get to what Refreak has posted on Facebook, we noticed that during that vacuum where there are no posts from Brenham, there's a few new updates from the super cool student that everyone loves, transfer guy named Burdell. And, Burdell's the same guy that was supposed to perform at the halftime show during the arena, but he just couldn't make it, so Gracia had to step in and perform. There's an image of Burdell sitting in the cafeteria eating some corn chowder from Arclight Fields, and the post just says the corn chowder is soothing and it's helping him recover from the sudden cold he got that prevented him from upholding certain duties. And when you get to school the next day, you notice that students are buying up the corn chowder from the vending machines because they think it will improve their health. But now we move on to Refreak. Refreak, what are you posting on Facebook?
He doesn't. There is a 24-hour just silence from Refreak until the next morning when he posts something and says, It says on there that he lost his phone. If anyone's seen it, just get rid of it, because he got a new one. That's why nobody heard from him.
Can I add what I imagine Rafreak may have been up to during that 24-hour period?
Sure.
Now, you can tell me that this would not be canon, and we can just scratch it from the episode if you want this stricken from the record. But I imagine that he was driven to a restaurant in Atlanta, and sat across from a monitor that had his parents on a Zoom call, and that is how they had family dinner that night. And it a once a month family dinner.
I like it. I'll keep it. I'll say it's good. If I can add something though, there is one update. It's from Manfredo. It's right underneath there. It is a picture of him at the dinner with his parents, just underneath that comment. And it says underneath that picture, Manfredo has been blocked.
No, why would Manfredo be blocked?
Because he's giving away valuable information. And then Manfredo comments underneath it, I haven't been blocked, you just don't know how to block me. LOL.
Manfredo takes care of the blocking.
Jacques will, with Rafreak getting a new phone, will text him the same way that I text Gary, implying that there's a dead body hidden for them. Just so he knows it's Jacques.
But we're gonna start with the next day, the next morning. Gracia, you're called to the office to meet with the principal.
I mage hand push him. Just a little.
Hold on, let me boop you over to the map before you push him, just in case.
Okay. I like a push, just like a little poke behind to see if the hand goes through.
So, Gracia, when you get into the principal's office, you notice that the PE coach is standing behind the principal as he's talking to you. And the principal says, Miss Gracia, I apologize for Coach Stan's presence here. I've been told that I may or may not need security.
Why do they think that? What happened?
Gracia, on his desk, you see a Frappuccino and just a regular biscuit, no meat inside it.
This definitely seems weird, right? Compared to the food he would normally have on his desk.
Gracia, what snack did you bring him last time?
I brought him jerky, but it was one of the ones from the vending machine, right?
And do you remember why he praised you for bringing him jerky?
Yeah, he loves like meat and stuff, so this is weird. Is the coffee weird as well?
He's on keto.
Oh yeah, so a biscuit bad.
Brainwashed.
Oh,
For those of us who don't understand what keto is, Rafreak, could you explain that?
Oh, yeah, of course. So, staying in keto is about maintaining your blood sugars and your cholesterol levels by making sure you don't eat certain foods and you stay within that sort of ketosis so you don't have additional weight. It allows you to stay skinny and allows you to stay sexy, of course. Yeah. And if I was right on any of that, I will be very surprised.
it sounds close enough.
I mean, that's accurate for the Church of Ketosis.
Yeah, so the main thing for ketosis is going in and out of it is shit. Even if you love ketosis, even if you're all about it, the in and out is a shitty time of getting your body to change how it burns fuel.
I thought that it was a diet where you ate mostly keys.
And toes.
Yeah.
So, listeners,
toe jam.
please make sure you consult a physician about keto. Don't listen to us about keto.
Don't
Drink
listen to
lots
us
of
about
water.
anything.
Yeah, actually Google it. Don't just go off of our word.
Don't just Google it. Go back to Gary's with the doctor.
We're just a bunch of schmucks that play at being cute little fantasy characters once a week, you guys. We don't we don't know anything.
Even worse than that, we pretend to be high schoolers.
As we're in our 30s.
I mean, that's just the Disney Channel, but
oh shit! Going for the mouse. Going for the mouse.
It's terrifying. Okay.
Get fucked, Michael Mouse.
Hey, no, he's winning right now. We're on his side. I'm on his side.
There are greater evils.
There are
greater evils, but until he sponsors me, I will continue to call him Michael.
Don't do that, Gary. I'll kick your ass.
Don't fuck with the magic.
Where's my money, motherfucker? Ho ho! You don't want Mickey to bring this Jackson 5 across your eyes. Oh.
God, I hate it here, but at the same time.
Yeah, you just noticed the plain biscuit and frappuccino on his desk.
I assume he normally drinks like straight black coffee as well, right? Like the biscuit is obvious.
Yeah.
He would normally. Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, this is like one of those fancy Starbucks frappuccinos with, I believe it's called Grove Coffee in this world. Frappuccinos with extra whipped cream and all that.
Is it from Arclight?
It is not from Arclight. Neither is the biscuit.
Okay. So weird, but differently. Oh, so you're off of keto? I thought you mostly liked meat. I guess I'll have to get you a different snack next time.
Young Gracia, I've brought you here today to inform you that there is no need for our weekly appointments anymore.
She like immediately tears up a little bit, and I was like,
"Oh no,
you don't want to see me anymore?"
It's not that I don't want to see you. I believe you're highly capable of making friends on your own. You're doing great out there. I'm proud of you, and also, this was for Tori's sake as well, but her parents have decided to enroll her in a private school because she's a unique girl that requires a certain type of attention that our school can't give her.
You do an insight check on him? I mean, like, I know he's bullshitting, but, you know.
Yeah, roll that insight check.
19.
19?
Yep.
You know that there's one very important thing missing from his speech pattern, and it's the fact that, he tends to end sentences with a Gah! Is this really Principal Terrence Hawpkins?
Well, is there anything else that I'm supposed to know?
No, but I wish you the best, Gracia.
Oh, well, thank you. And she gets up, but before she goes, she's like, well, maybe a piece of candy for the road. And she mage hands a big hand of candy as quick as she can. Does that do anything?
Like, you bump the candy tray and roll me a perception check.
Also a 19. That is my number tonight.
Hey.
You see the image of Principal Terrence Hawpkins just flicker for a second and then return to normal.
Does the coach do anything?
Okay, so you catch that Coach Dan clocks you noticing this momentary flicker.
It notices me noticing.
And it's one of those, like, what is she going to do moments. Like, he is just watching you and assessing the situation now.
I stuff 3 pieces of candy into my mouth. That's it. And she just walks out. I want to see if the coach would do anything about that situation.
And, like, while you're leaving the office and stuffing the candy into your mouth, you just hear from the office, "Kid loves candy."
That's why I'm so happy. I got so much energy. Yee!
It just reminds me of that scene from Bee and Puppy Cat where she goes, "You took too long, now your candy's gone." That's what happened.
Can I roll performance for if he believes I'm just really into the candy and nothing to see here? Don't worry about it.
I'd say that may be closer to deception.
All right, that's fine. You sure it's not performance though?
What'd you roll?
It's a 10. I rolled a 3, but I have a much higher on performance. So I'm like, she's an actress. She's an actress.
So what I will give you is just like while you're walking away, you just hear another thing from the office, and it's just kid's weird.
It's fair. She is. And she just hustles back.
We're gonna cut to everyone being in what did we call the newspaper room?
The Newsbreakers home. That's all it really is.
Home base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, this is happening as you're all like walking to the room together. You as a group see Amy walking to like leaving the security area. Like she has just taken all of her stuff from her security locker. She's got a lot of snacks that are not arc light snacks. She's wearing like some sweatpants, slippers, and a well-worn shirt that, Jacques, you noticed the image of the stuffed animal on her shirt, and it's like the same image as the stuffed animal that you tore to shreds in front of her at Forge of Familiar a while back. And does anyone want to roll a perception check to look any deeper into Amy's state right now?
Yes.
I'd like to at disadvantage.
Are her fingers covered in Cheeto dust? Or is it Dorito?
You can roll me those perception checks.
That is a 19 on the die for a dirty 20.
Oh, bitch. apparently 19 is just the number of the night because I also rolled a 19 on the die for 24.
Rafreak is going to roll his at disadvantage. He has some very thick shades on, so his vision's a little bit obscured. His face is a little puppy looking. Let's see here. Well, one of those is a 19. That's going to be a 21 at disadvantage.
Jesus. Gracia, Brenham, did either of you want to roll perception checks into Amy's state at the moment?
Sure. 17. Not a 19.
19.
Yeah. Bringing it back.
So Amy's got like her eyes are red and puffy. She's got Dorito dust all over her fingers. Her lips are stained purple from chugging wine from a bag last night. You can tell it is like box wine, or it was box wine that she was chugging all night because of how badly it stained her lip purple.
Yikes.
Damn, buddy. Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Like she walks by with her arms full of stuff from her locker, and she says, "Jacques, I would like to apologize. I was in the wrong."
I accept your apology. Does this mean you're going to stop trying to run me over?
We have a truce, Jacques.
Well, okay. And for the record, you're not absolute dog shit at Apex. And then Jock will just walk away.
And you just hear her say, "I may not have a streaming career anymore."
What's to stop you from doing that?
And she looks at you and she looks like she doesn't want to say anything. And then she says, "Vigil and I may cut my contract."
Huh. Not knowing how to engage with people, like just especially somebody he's been at odds with for so long, he's like, "Well, that sucks. Sorry, I'm gonna go," and just awkwardly walk away.
It is what it is. And she leaves.
Good Lord, her mama this morning. She couldn't keep it down for like 5 minutes with the drama. Ugh. How's it going, fuckerinos? Pew pew.
Wow, you look almost as bad, if not worse, than Amy.
I don't know what you're talking about. So, there's that. Ooh, anyone got any, Faye Tylenol? Can't even come up with a silly name this morning.
I have some children's aspirin that I'm only allowed to be trusted with for some weird reason.
Is it the chewable kind?
Points over to the counter with her case on it. Doesn't say anything. You might notice that she's wearing yesterday's clothes.
Freak walks over to the case. Those clothes look great on you. Look, so rockin'.
Thanks.
Yeah. Why is everyone so down? What did I miss?
The principal's a fake.
Also, as you all make it into the newsroom, you see Dr. Peter Hawpkins is there analyzing the chips, and he's watching an episode of Arcane Rideshare. This episode is titled A Spellbinding Experience. The group is put to the test as they learn the ins and out of the spell, Hold Person.
And Mei-Chan poke him.
Oh, hey, Miss Gracia, how you doing?
You're real, right?
You're real, right?
Mei-Chan pokes herself.
Has everyone been on the aboleth nuts today, or what the fuck?
Only a little for breakfast.
You just put those in your morning coffee or something?
Yeah, it's a great Splenda alternative.
I don't think that's true.
Just let him have this. It's fine.
Doc, if you got any apple nuts? Not saying I'll take any, but I wouldn't say.
I mean, why do y'all think I'm such a great teacher and everyone loves me? It's because of the aboleth nuts. When I go on them trips, I hear the bad things people have to say about me or think about me, and then I reflect on those and change as a person, but that list still grows every day.
You know what? Suddenly I'm less intrigued.
And Dr. Hopkins, you still have not managed to remember to poke a hole in the can when you're making caramel.
Oh, I did that last night.
You know what? Good. That's growth. We appreciate that.
Oh, God. I must just came down to the school in the middle of the night. I am prone to do that. You kids look sad. What's going on?
Who looks sad? Looks sad? Shut up. Stop looking at me, everyone.
Aisha raises her hand.
Okay, everyone ignore Freak. He just looks like he wants attention. What's wrong, Miss Gracia?
They took Tori away, and the principal's a fake. I don't know who's real, who's my friend anymore.
I mean, y'all didn't look outside and see if his car was there. That's usually how I can tell when the fake is here.
Wait, what?
What car?
The fake?
I thought everyone knew.
Explain.
There's a more relaxed. He's obviously a fake, so I don't go in there during that time period because I don't really have the time for that. And if I get implicated in any of that, I have to fill out paperwork, and that's just a whole chore and a half that I don't want to do. I would rather be watching Arcane Rideshare. I mean, it's the episode of Spellbinding Experience. It's a good one. Nothing tops the final ride, but that's the series finale where they learn Wish, and then they make. I don't want to spoil the series for you guys.
But so it's just been a well-known thing that the principal is just sometimes a fake. That there's just sometimes a stand-in for him.
Well, a lot of people still go in there and talk to him, and I think it's weird, but that's none of my business. Wait, was I the only one that knew about that?
Yeah, I think you might have been.
Possibly.
Is it new? How long has there been a fake one?
I'd say for better part of a year now, maybe?
The fuck? Why the hell is this school so fucking weird?
Are our credits even legal?
Yeah, they're
We're in-
legal.
Are you
like,
sure we're in Georgia, though? They're not going to transfer.
might transfer to the Feywild, but you don't want to go there right now.
What did you do recently?
Oh, I didn't do anything recently. Just really crowded at the transportation gate this time of year.
The what gate?
The teleportation gate, lets you go between here and the Feywild.
DM, is this common knowledge, or is this just fucking Hawpkins being Hawpkins?
This is common knowledge. It's basically like an airport, but it's just a teleportation gate that lets you go between the different realms and planes. So, like, they're all tied to the same area in each location. And most of these teleportation gates, like, there is one in the town that you're in, because they're usually set up in places that are probably about 30 minutes to an hour away from major cities, because, some creatures from the Feywild don't do well with, like, technological areas, so get them somewhere close to the boonies, but, have the gates close enough to major cities for people that are traveling between realms and cities constantly.
Okay.
And
Thank
that's your magic gate tutorial for the
Fear.
but you also all have the information that you copied from the hard drives, the video, the chips that Dr. Hawpkins is looking into.
Hey, Doc, let me just ask you something real fast here. If we were to take a field trip out to the transportation gate, you don't think there'd be anything of import or interest out there, do you?
I mean, there's always something coming and going through the gates. It's like going over to Hartfield Latoya Jackson International Airport.
Is that a real thing?
I mean, Hartsfield Jackson, yes.
Yeah,
but-
Hartsfield Jackson is a.
It's not Latoya Jackson.
You can take the Marta to it. Because we've had such a great time on Marta in this game.
I'm good.
At the mention of the word Marta, Benny's eye just kind of twitches a little bit, like, oh god. Like, we're good. Okay, so Dr. Hawpkins is analyzing the chips.
Yes.
So how long about is it going to take for him to finish doing that?
Like, just imagine that you're all just chilling here for the school day. You got
Sweet.
nothing else going on, so, like, you can wait for him to analyze it, or you can, like, look into some other stuff while he's analyzing it.
I tell everyone about like what happened in the office and stuff with the principal and Tori.
Benny's just going to fold up like one of those little like fortune tellers that you used to make in like elementary school. She's just fidgeting. You remember the things that had like four points on them? Yes. Yeah, those. She's making one of those.
I feel like Gracia would go over and play it with her and get like something really bad somehow. Like Benny's not even sure she wrote that, but it's there. She's having a bad day.
Yeah, I like to think that Benny wouldn't write anything like horrible though. Like at most it would be like a little sarcastic. But everybody's kind of having
Gracia doesn't taste it. She doesn't take it well.
Oh. Benny's just gonna pat Gracia on the head and kind of pull her in, give her a little hug. Like, oh, it's okay. It's okay. Come here. It's fine, baby. It'll be okay.
In the background, you hear the TV loop into a new episode of Arcane Rideshare, and this one is called Riding the Wings of Freedom. And it's about like the magical Toyota Prius plummeting out of the sky, and the group has to learn the ins and outs of the spell Featherfall in order to make it to safety.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, Mr. Frazzle's a real trip. He is just putting these college students through some shenanigans. They really just wanted to ride share to a party, and then one of them tried to play his mixtape over the aux cord, but like got that crossed with the arcane power converters, and then that opened up the gate spell, which took them to this magical realm. And I'm supposed to be analyzing the chips, aren't I?
Wait, can someone do that? like in real life, could someone like mix the thing with that other thing and then gate spell and all of that? I don't understand technical terms.
I think that was like written in for the show. I don't think it's something that can actually happen because what even is an arcane power converter? But what I do know is that the myth about aboleth nuts is probably real. Like where if you do an aboleth nut trip and you don't really hear anything bad about yourself during that trip, you learn the secret to immortality.
Does that mean the secret to immortality is just being well liked?
Yeah.
Huh. I'm screwed.
The freak puts his hand up for a high five with that.
It's like, yay, we're all fucked.
It doesn't necessarily say anything about like being liked. Like you don't have to hear anything positive about yourself. You just don't have to hear anything bad about yourself when you go on that trip.
I mean, I am an elf, though. We will live forever. Just saying.
So if no one remembers you at all, you live forever? Like if no one notices you?
That is a possibility.
That hurts even more. Oh boy.
That's worse.
But the final question then is, how do you feel about yourself?
Wait, do you hear your own bad thoughts about yourself too?
I don't really have very many bad thoughts about myself. Yeah, I know, very surprising, but I don't hear anything in there, so I can't really tell you. Well, I don't hear anything from me in there, so I can't really give you a first-hand experience on that.
I don't think I want to find out.
Yeah, I still don't like them chances. Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Right.
And then, like, in the background of the episode, you hear, as they're casting the spell, anyway, here's Featherfall.
There you
What
go.
up, what up, wop?
Beautiful.
And then, Dr. Peter Hawkins says, yeah, it looks like they got some microdoses of Heiyghlo in each one of these snacks.
Yeah, that tracks. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Heiyghlo's one of those things you really should not mess with unless, like, you really know yourself.
Freak looks over at Benny and just like pulls a face, remembering that he did have a Heiyghlo at one point, and feels up for his while looking at Benny to see if she still has hers.
Benny is gonna kind of look above her freak's head and go like, I don't see anything. Because I mean, I'm assuming that like the effects would have already worn off by now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Benny is gonna shudder a little bit at the thought of what Heiyghlo is doing. And the fact that like all of these students are out here just getting doses of it every time they like get snacks out of these vending machines.
Dr. Hawpkins goes on to tell you, yeah, it was a performance enhancement drug that was invented actually here in Covington by a magiterist by the name of Arcaniac.
Why does that name sound familiar? I've heard that before.
You've heard it in the other campaign.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, Heiyghlo's this weird performance enhancement drug that forces, I guess to put it into like poetic or layman's terms, it forces the mind, body, and soul into a perfect sync that opens up a gate that differs from person to person, and sometimes that gate increases your physical abilities, or other times it will create tangible versions of your metaphysical manifestation of yourself. I don't know how to put it into words, but if that Heiyghlo takes damage, then it could also cause damage to, your mind, your body, or like it could corrupt your very soul.
Benny is gonna flinch a little bit at the last part of that and go like, that sounds like the risk is greater than the reward.
They're usually fairly durable, so you gotta like really get in there and focus on damaging it. But if you
do damage it, it could have long-term effects on its host. Host makes it sound like it is seeking something. Again, each Heiyghlo varies from person to person, and it takes into account things like, the person's mental state, who they feel like they are as a person. Each Heiyghlo is a representation of that person.
What if the person isn't really sure who they are?
Then that's why you want to make sure you know who you are before you start dealing with this. And it's really easy to mold people that don't know who they are into who you want them to be.
So, like microdosing a bunch of teenagers who are going through puberty and not really sure about who they are, that kind of thing?
Yeah, super susceptible. That's
Yeah, let's pick on the people who are already emotionally unstable.
Mm-hmm.
What I wonder is, to what end? Like, what would be the point of doing this?
Army of jacked up, easily controllable teenagers? Just guess.
Mm-hmm.
To what end?
Exactly. Like, what's their end game here? What's the point of creating an army of jacked up, emotionally susceptible teenagers?
Oh man, we
Like,
are such teenagers. What is the point?
like, oh my god, what is the point? What is even the point?
So, what happened to the person who created Heiyghlo?
Oh, he's locked up in jail right now.
Has anyone poked him lately?
I know that like 3 women he was entangled with all run various coffee shops on the square.
Can I cross-reference that knowledge with the coffee that the principal had?
Yeah, it's not the same coffee.
Okay.
thank
Just
goodness.
need to know.
These are like 3 hometown coffee shops all on the same square. His is like corporate coffee cup sort of thing.
Yeah, I was laughing because I recognize it from the other campaign. In character, Benny wouldn't exactly know yet what they're talking about, but out of character, I know what they're talking about.
If Vinny's been to the square, she probably actually no, she wouldn't.
We're too young for coffee.
Well, she's probably like seen them in passing, but not like paid
Yeah,
a lot of attention.
Yeah, funny thing is they were all named Haley. There's Haley A, Haley B, Haley C. They all spell their names differently and weird, and maybe that's where you got like Heiyghlo, because Heiyghlo was spelled weird when I was reading papers on it back in the day. He was actually like making a push into my territory at some point when he was leading the dirt bags, because I had my aboleth nut running down. Oh, this is school hours. I probably should not be talking about that right now, but
Probably not.
school, yeah, after
Extracurriculars.
You have tenure. It's fine. Benny is going to shrug and say, like, I mean, in theory, we should probably be in class, but we're not. So,
Yeah,
there's a lot of things going.
We don't even know if our actual
Extracurriculars.
teachers are in class.
I don't know. I think the PE teacher's everywhere.
Yeah, Coach Dan. Some about him ain't quite right.
You all also have Spirit Week coming up next week, along with the homecoming dance.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't there something about a shopping montage that was supposed to happen?
I don't feel like we had the right energy for that at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
You also have to get a paper ready for Monday, but Monday of Spirit Week is going to start with Pajama Day. Tuesday is Spirits Day, not to be confused with Spirit Day. Friendly spirits will wander the hallways. Wednesday is going to be a mini sports festival. The top students in the sports festival get to hang out with the athletes during Spirit Day. And also, the special guest MC for the mini sports festival is going to be none other than Chiquita Dave. Thursday is going to be career day, so dress for the career you want. And then people will come in and talk about their careers. And the school goes for people in the community that the students nominate for career day. So like if there's someone from any business in the school that or in town that you want to come and talk for career day, or they don't even have to be from the town, just start putting in those requests and you can get some people in for career day. And then Friday is school spirit day, the pep rally, the big football game, and the homecoming dance. This year's homecoming dance theme is Dance Dance.
Wow.
Like the Fall Out Boy song?
Falling apart at halftime. Yes. It's called The Dance Dance, by the way.
Okay.
So the
It's like
theme of the
irony.
dance is a dance.
Theme of the dance. Please dance.
Isn't it ironic?
No, it's just deeply unfortunate, Alanis Morissette. Like, those ironies are just inconveniences.
Like rain on your wedding day?
Supposed to be lucky.
There's also a hashtag going around, hashtag East Wind Spirit on Facebook. And it looks like the person that posts the most popular post with the hashtag East Wind Spirit is going to win a cash prize and snack haul from ArcLight Fields. The only catch is that an ArcLight Fields product must be featured in the post. And then the leading post so far is another picture of the student Burdell, and he's writing in a notebook. And next to him is a bag of blazing hot, breezy ranch cheeseums. And the photo is captioned, "Writing blazing hot new school anthem, hashtag East Wind Spirit." And like in the background, you can also clearly see a poster, like a recruiting poster for Vigilant Eye Security.
So he's definitely a robot, right?
Oh yeah.
We
Has
should
to be.
Roll a perception check on that post.
You said, remind me of what this guy's name is.
His name is Burdell.
Like Burdell.
Yeah, he's like this mysterious drow student that seemed to become an overnight sensation at the school.
I got a
Like-
19 because I feel at this
Jeez.
point that's what's required.
I got a 21.
Nice.
What did you say the top post? Like, what does he get if he gets the top post?
It's a cash prize and a snack haul from ArcLight Fields.
Okay.
So more Heiyghlo, more brainwashing.
Delicious.
Drugs. Hardcore drugs.
Rigs.
That you don't even
All right.
know about.
So the top rolls we got so far were that 19 and that 20, or was it a 21?
Yeah, I got a 21. Yep.
I got a 16.
I see a 4 from Jacques. And what did you get, Brenham?
12.
12? All right, so Brenham and Gracia, you notice that in this photo, Burdell has 12 fingers.
That's weird.
Let's look at other photos.
11 fingers.
Different finger
found
count
one
in
with
different
10?
photos?
14
Is it a countdown?
fingers.
Why
Are
is
you
he
fucking AI generated?
Yes.
And then you start to notice that the letters in the pictures aren't even real letters unless like it's an image for an ArcLight Fields product or a
Oh,
poster
Lord.
for Vigilant Eye Security.
Has anybody actually seen this guy?
Didn't we see him the other day at when the morning news was talking about him?
Yeah, but did we see him or was he
A
just
picture of him.
being talked about?
And Brenham, you remember that Billiam said that him and Topher don't know where this guy came from.
Where did we get the picture?
It was a story that Billiam and Topher were running.
So we should figure out where they got these.
Can I text Billiam? Hey, so where did you get that photo of Burdell?
And he just like links you to a Facebook profile.
Have you ever met this guy? I text him back.
He says no.
I relay the information to the group.
For those of us with the higher perception checks, did we notice anything different about the picture or the poster or whatever?
Like you just noticed that in each picture, the number of fingers he has changes, and that letters on things aren't actually real letters unless it's something for Arclight Fields or like a flyer in the background that's clearly for Vigilant Eye Security, like a recruitment flyer.
Right.
It's Homeboy
so it's all
AI generated.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Well, and that's what I was just checking on, was like, basically, was there any deeper detail to it that we noticed? So yeah, this dude fake as fuck. He faker than a snack cake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's AI generated.
Yeah.
So should someone ask him out to homecoming and see if a robot shows up?
Not it.
Not it.
I just canceled like all 5 of my dates last night.
So you need a new one.
No.
Rafreak is already trying to text to him. Hey, homecoming, wanna go?
Don't forget the finger poking emojis.
He sends finger gun emojis.
Okay, close enough.
Give me one moment.
Are you typing this into ChatGPT and see what they respond? Can we ask the AI out?
How do you ask an AI out on a date?
Are you asking the AI how to ask an AI out?
I mean, it would know.
Hey, WikiHow.
Absolutely not.
First thing you gotta do is keep your grades up.
Keep your grades up.
Oh, we're screwed.
Speak for yourself. I have luck on my side. I don't even have to try.
I mean, I'm assuming attendance counts for something, and that's the main reason.
Senior, baby.
His reply is, I am not capable on going out at a date at the moment, but I can assist you with any questions or concerns you may have. Is there anything specific you would like me to help you with?
He said,
How do I ask out a robot?
He types back, well, that's no fun, but, it could get lonely next week during homecoming. Are you sure you can't come out and play?
we would like to play.
Just sticks like the bottles on his fingers and starts clinking them together. Like,
Jesus.
Like,
Burdell, come out to play.
Come out and play. Yep.
I'm sorry, but I do not possess a physical body, and thus I am incapable of going on a date.
There it is.
Yeah.
Enjoy your homecoming.
Well, there it is.
Wow, that was easier than
Burdell
anticipated.
type that?
Yeah, that was like, oh.
I mean,
just take screenshots. I guess that's the morning study. That's the morning case, right? Done.
Yep.
Yeah. Do we have a laptop in the print room in the print shop?
You have
So
everything
I
you
imagine-
need in a print shop.
Yeah. So I imagine Benny is like already sitting down, like typing up an article about this. Like, in today's news, it was discovered that new popular student Burdell is in fact AI generated and not real.
But I'm imagining you on a typewriter so you can furiously throw it to the side. Ka-ching, ka-ting.
I feel like every time there's a line break, there's like a sound effect that comes out of the laptop. It's like, I need the ability to backspace, but
while you're typing this up, you also still have the information on Heiyghlo that you found on the computer in the newsroom.
Seems like the kind of story we have to get just right and like have the ending, or else we get exposed and everything blows up.
mm-hmm. I feel like we also need to tread lightly until we gather enough evidence to actually make a concrete case. Because right now, like, what I think we should start doing is maybe conducting some interviews and asking students that we saw on, the midnight train going to anywhere, what their, like, basically get some firsthand accounts about their experiences as well, so that we have like a significant body of evidence built up to
Not
be like,
just wildly make assumptions.
yeah, exactly. Like,
We should get the attendance for today. Like, are all those kids here? Or are they still trapped?
yeah, honestly. And I wonder, I mean, surely, Gary, there weren't like any security guards posted around the bathrooms this morning, right?
No.
Okay, so they probably like got whatever was going on underground under lock and key.
The door was gone, right?
Yeah, the door to the underground casino had already been sealed up.
Yep. Replaced with like a brand new wall that does not function as a door.
In any way, shape, or form. I suppose no secret switches or anything like that. But yeah, plus the architect. We need to figure out who that is, because that's also going to be, a key point of all this. And so, Gary, who did you say it was that was the guy who invented Heiyghlo?
A Magitarist that goes by the name of Arcaniac.
We could maybe go by the coffee shops after school and see if they have anything more to say about him, like if they're still writing him letters or anything.
Well, if he's a Magitarist that is currently in prison, I don't think they're going to give up that information very easily. Because it seems like this whole time they've been trying to keep everything, like, pretty hush-hush. So, we might have to go in this ready to, throw some ye old hands, just in case.
Don't worry, mine are rated E for everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm always down for a coffee run if y'all are.
Let's go get caffeinated.
Hell yeah.
So, at some point, like, you all take a break and go off campus to the square to ask around at the coffee shops. And one thing you find out is that none of them are at their respective coffee shops. They are all being held for questioning at the moment.
Can we get an idea of, like, when they were taken? Like, are they taken by the police? Any of that kind of information by asking around?
Taken by the police at the end of a recreational adventuring circuit. Turns out there's a report where one of their team members suffered from some sort of strange effect in a adventuring circuit and then ended up hospitalized. So they're all being held for questioning.
What kind of strange effect?
And when you look further into it, because like it's sort of making the news in town, it looks exactly like the effects of Heiyghlo, except this Heiyghlo created these flaming stiletto nails dripping this poison for a short little goblin girl.
Maybe we can get Dr. Peter Hawpkins to look into the coffee too, if it has Heiyghlo.
It's in the water.
We fucked.
Coffee, the lifeblood of high schoolers.
My brain just immediately went that stupid, like, it's turning the freaking frogs gay. Like,
Do you understand me? Sick of this crap. Oh, terrible memes from worse people.
that would be the Heiyghlo. Anyway. Hey.
I'm picturing Topher the Bullywog, like, just giving a news report dressed as Alex Jones now.
Oh, no.
Oh wow, I hate it. Thanks.
Thanks, I hate it.
Just like an extensive report on the early 2000s, so because Topher is all about some early 2000s and Fallout Boy.
About historic. He knows his history.
Yeah, he was born in the wrong era, man.
Gross.
That turn of the century stuff.
Should have been born in the 2000s.
Just grab a damp lily pad and smack him across the face with it. Shut up.
But you also have, again, more information on Heiyghlo and the facility that the underground casino used to be on the computer. And then you have the videos that Topher captured in the underground casino.
Yeah, let's look into that information about what the facility used to be.
And also, so the school was built on top of this old facility, right?
Yes.
So how recently was this school constructed?
It just opened this year.
Okay. So also, what the heck happened that required them to close the old school and completely move it, especially to a point where there's like a whole ass underground facility got already here?
The school got
Sponsors.
money, so they wanted a new school.
And they got money from ArcLight?
ArcLight is one of the companies that is donated. So is the parent company of Vigilant Eye Security, which is Luckstone Private Security and Defense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yeah. This whole thing reeks of ArcLight, Vigilant Eye Security, Fiakury. So, yeah.
One more major company that is contributed to the school was Morningstar Medical Solutions.
Mm-hmm.
And the underschool facility actually used to belong to Morningstar Medical Solutions.
Hmm.
Is that like a hospital or pharmaceuticals?
Pharmaceuticals.
Of course it is.
Let's go Umbrella Corporation. Let's go zombies.
No bees.
And like as you start clicking through more and more on the underground facility, you see that like there were a bunch of young children that were like teenagers that were in this facility, like in gray sweatsuits, and they had a caretaker, which was a dwarven man, Timothy Irongut Heiyghlo. But the kids just calling him Coach Ironhide, or sometimes just Coach.
Motherfucker. God damn it.
With the kids, can I roll a perception check to see if I recognize like the faces of any of them?
Yeah, you can roll a perception check.
Thankfully, I get advantage to percent. Okay, good. That's a 24.
One of them is a half-orc guy that you have probably seen if you were getting your computer repaired at Arcane Infinite Repair, or if you have been watching like the recreational adventuring in town, you know him as Jack Stonewall, like half-orc Matt Damon looking dude.
Okay.
You also recognize like a very, very young Tori.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Benny is going to kind of motion for Gracia to come over and have a look at this and point to the kid that she recognizes as Tori. And she's just going to say, oh, sorry, what now?
Tori is not the name that I meant to say.
Oh, okay.
I meant to say Valerie.
Okay. She's still going to motion for Gracia to come over.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just going to point at Valerie's picture and just say, look familiar?
I wonder if she ended up getting out, like, from down there.
Well, we know that she's here now, but you seem to get on good terms with her in the brief period that y'all spoke. Maybe we should ask her some questions about this.
No, I mean, like, did she get out from Tori's Heiyghlo? We don't know that, right?
Yeah, that's true.
We don't know if any of those kids got out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the principal said that Tori went to another school. I mean, the principal, use a little air quotes. I'm going to guess we're going to hear that about a lot of kids transferred schools suddenly.
Maybe. Gary, have we been able to kind of walk around the school today and see, like, if any of the kids that we saw in the train cars have been at school today?
So everything at the school just looks normal again. And you do see most of those students. Some of them you probably wouldn't like encounter regularly at school, so you don't really know. But for the most part, the school doesn't seem like it's empty much.
I mean, how many kids were down there? Would it be that weird?
I mean, there were at least like 30, 40, like under 100, but over 20.
Do I have an so one of my feats, my mage hand can be invisible and do 60 feet. Whoever the first one I see, I want to poke them. I want to poke them all.
Like you poke them and then they react, and like you feel solid person body. Yeah.
Just checking.
She's just going to poke a lot of people now after the principal thing.
It's your new character trait.
It is.
She's Facebook circa 2005, just poking everybody.
That's it.
Oh man, I wish I didn't remember that.
What a throwback. That turn of the century behavior.
Ugh.
Gross.
I feel like Topher would be one of the few people who still pokes people on Facebook. Because I'm pretty sure you can still do it, but like nobody does it anymore.
It happened to me like once last year. Someone poked me and I was like, the fuck is this?
Yeah. Like, Topher would be that guy.
Yep.
He actually wrote source code for a Facebook app that allows people to be poked again.
Gross.
Yeah, because if you poke someone, if they don't poke you back, you can't poke them again.
Yep. That's how I got people to stop.
Yeah. Is there any information about like how to reverse Heiyghlo or it wear off? That kind of thing?
So typically it's supposed to wear off on its own, but in rare instances, some Heiyghlo effects will go into what's called a Heiyghlo singularity. And this is something that researchers have been trying to like trigger, like find a way to consistently trigger like for years now.
It sounds like those Halos are right out of reach.
God.
They need to update their tactics.
The singularity, what's the description of it?
So with Heiyghlo, it's a bit of a performance enhancer. So it grants the user like a bit more strength, like more magic, special abilities, that kind of stuff. But a singularity forces this growth to happen and keep happening just at a rapid rate. And like only certain Halos are capable of singularities, but a singularity could lead into breakthroughs, into discovering ways to become a god.
Would you say that the breakthroughs lead to the combat being evolved?
I want to make a joke about how you're reaching for these, but you've already done the reach joke.
No. My
It's a Heiyghlo reach. Ba-na-ba-ba-na-na.
I am filling 2 socks with D20s and beating you both with them.
This is what's going to happen at MomoCon.
Just get the giant D20s and just put one in each sock. That's all you need. Speaking of, there's somebody that we haven't seen today is Jacques. Jack. Where the hell is he?
Going to school like a good student.
I hope so. I hope he's having
Still an ISS?
He is still supposed to be in ISS, yes.
How many days has it been? How long does that last?
Depends on your offense.
It's been listed as an undetermined amount of time, and then once the new security guards took over, they realized that there was a dirtbag in ISS, and Jack's sentence has been extended.
Dang.
Well, and plus, like, actually looking at the legalities in world of what was in his locker and what he's been framed with, it was basically like multiple felony charges that he would be facing. So
You can't go ahead and punish someone when they haven't even been tried.
Well, you kind of can in school, but the court of law remains to be seen.
In this school, we believe in innocent until proven guilty because you will be proven guilty.
That doesn't seem like the correct kind of innocent.
I don't know if that's the actual school policy. I just wanted to say that.
I think that's the coach's policy, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Definitely was Amy's.
You actually noticed that with Amy, he got a bit of a lighter sentence. Like, Amy even overlooked the fact that these were multiple felonies.
We got rid of the better one. What a low bar.
That was another couple of kids I was looking for in that picture, was to see if the twins were part of that group or not.
No, but like, you do know that they are, I wouldn't say famous streamers, but yeah, I guess I would call them micro celebrities as streamers.
Little shit energy.
Major little shit energy.
And they do promote vigilant eye security. Well, they promote it as in, like, you know, trying to recruit people to work there.
How big of a company is this? Like, is it local, national, international?
Think of it like, you know, a national security company.
Okay.
Or like national mall security company. And then its parent company is Luckstone Private Security and Defense, which is more like your Lockheed Martin type of company.
They seem a little more aggressive in their employment campaigning than I would normally expect, though. Because, like, or I would say, yeah.
I wouldn't say the campaigning is necessarily aggressive. Most people are seeing this recruitment being done by streamers and other famous internet personalities.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, like, putting up, like, employment flyers in a high school and stuff like that. Like,
oh, yeah.
Unless
it's like the Army.
Yeah, that's true. You have the RTC kids who are all about it.
Not saying it's not a cult, just saying, you know.
Yeah.
Gives that energy.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a cult. Just a little bit.
ROTC cult? Yep. That's what it is.
Yep.
Right. Playing cult.
Or was in the Air Force one as in middle school.
The security company recruiting very similar to the Army.
That tracks with everything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, most of the streamers they use for these recruiting tactics are very attractive. A lot of e-thoughts.
E-thoughts and e-prayers. Anyway.
You join the Army for anime titties? Is that pretty much where we're going with this?
From most people that I know in the Army, yes.
But one last thing is the announcements come on to every TV in the school, and you see Billiam Sonny with the two security guards standing behind him, and Billiam says, "You may not have noticed, but last night our school was attacked. Caramel everywhere."
Whoops.
Well, I mean, it was attacked, but that wasn't really the one they should worry about, but okay.
It wasn't an attack, it was a diversion. Get it.
Our new security guards are looking for information on the suspects involved with this great caramel explosion. And then on the screen, you see pictures from the school security cameras of you all in the hazmat suits with masks on.
It was a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Including me with the helmet on to block my freaking ears. Yeah. It's like, we knew we needed to be covert about this shit.
We are capable of being smart sometimes.
Yeah.
I feel like that was almost an accidentally smart moment because we were worried about
absolutely.
actual toxic. I don't know if we can take
Absolutely.
credit for being
That was
smart.
100% a failing upward kind of moment.
Yeah.
100%
Feeling upwards. I love
about
that.
making sure we got those. I wasn't leaving
Yeah.
without.
No, great job, Brenham.
Yeah, Brenham definitely like saved the day in that case. Like, yeah, y'all don't forget. Come on. We need some gears.
I notice how they're showing a lot of the caramel incident and none of the fake principal incident, but okay.
If you have information on the whereabouts of these students or who they are, please let Visual and I Security know immediately. And as Billiam finishes this line, a few pictures are slid under the door of the print shop. And there's still images from a security camera in an army surplus store where a cashier has fallen asleep. And students are placing money on the counter and walking out with the same jumpsuits that were pictured in the security video from the school. And on the back it says, "Leaks must be sealed."
What does that mean?
They
We're being
us to kill the
blackmailed.
security guard?
But are we?
No, I think they're trying to help.
What it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
And then you remember that the school was closed down yesterday because of a mysterious leak.
Hmm.
I assumed if we opened the door, the person would have been. They would have
Yeah, the
already
person
been
would have
gone,
been
right?
Yeah, long gone. I imagine that it was like an invisible servant
Makes
or
sense.
unseen servant. I forgot the spell name for a second.
So there wouldn't be like any fingerprints on the pictures either.
No. And our next session will begin with the Monday of Spirit Week. So, how's everyone feel about that session?
Little nervous, not gonna lie. Because like
I have good information.
we did get good information, but
We did.
also that little the pictures at the very end there, it's like, oh.
We're in trouble.
By the way, Gary, did Benny show up in the pictures as well? Because I rolled that.
I was about to say,
Yes.
I was about to inform you that you did roll that super high stealth check to not appear on camera.
Yes.
Way to go, Benny.
So, we'll start at the top. Becky, you got anything to plug this week?
As always, my Twitter and Instagram. Twitter is Sugar Puns with an underscore, and Instagram is just Sugar Puns. Follow me on either of those. I'm hoping to be posting some more art on my Instagram soon, because I've been posting a lot on Twitter, but not a whole lot over there. So, yeah.
That's some good shit.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Courtney, what do you have to plug this week?
Follow me on Insta as usual, Cotton Candy 117. Ask us some cool questions. I like talking about gaming, obviously, because I'm a tabletop and video gamer. I started Cyberpunk this week. Yay.
Oh, hell yeah. We'll talk after game.
Also stay tuned after the plugs because there are a couple of questions this week. Yoko, what do you have to plug this week?
Just Yoko Mizuhara on all the social medias that matter. You figure it out.
Trevin?
You can find me Monday through Wednesday streaming on Twitch, 6:30 Alaska Standard Time, or again digging in your trash at 2:00 in the morning like the raccoon that I am. I just finished up Hi-Fi Rush last week. I am now playing Signalis, which it's an interesting one. Yeah, that you can find me on Twitter at OldManStark. It's a lot of shit posting and memes, kind of like Gary's Facebook. And yeah.
All right. And Alex, do you have anything to plug this week?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at ScruffyGoth. I'm the one that has the picture of Mickey in a flat cap. You'll see me complain about Disney and laugh at a certain governor just really stepping his foot into it every chance he gets. It's so goddamn. Let's see. What am I going to plug this week? This week, so as some of y'all might have noticed last time we all recorded, I wasn't here. That's because I was on vacation. I went to Las Vegas. If you ever get the chance to go to Las Vegas, go to Area 15. Check out Meow Wolf's Omega Mart. It is so cool. And for like $3 more, you get you can get a little card. You can do this entire mystery. It's super interactive. There's so much there to do, and it's worth the price of admission and then some. It's super duper worth it.
That's where you should do aboleth nuts before going.
I was actually going to say something about Las Vegas, but I didn't think of it on time. I remembered it, and then I was like, nah, I'll have to come up with the whole thing for that. I forgot. Next time, maybe. Probably not.
Listeners, sponsor us so I can go to Vegas and include Vegas type things in the podcast from my research.
It's a trip out there, man. It really is.
For our questions this week, since chicken biscuits are illegal to sell without a drink from Meemaw's Pantry, what about other fast foods? And this is question number one that also has a follow-up question. Like, do any offer benefits like something similar to the Popeye's chicken biscuit giving minor healing if you... But do different chicken biscuits give you different special effects?
I feel like a Popeye's chicken biscuit would have some kind of like sleep spell, kind of low-key woven into it. So you eat it, you get all cozy and you get sleepy.
I was thinking the opposite. What if it's like Popeye the Sailor Man? You get like really strong.
Yeah. Yeah.
I imagine like the McDonald's one would just like turn you into like a rad 90s kid on a skateboard for no reason. I don't know why I picture it this way, but
because that's when McDonald's was at its peak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are the ones that Topher gets.
I got served by a Devil is the Part-Timer cosplayer at MegaCon at a McDonald's, and it's the most commitment to cosplay I've ever seen, and I love it so deeply.
How
That's
dare
amazing.
you imply that Topher would be about the 90s? Topher is about the early 2000s to like the 2015s.
Only turn of the century.
And he will thank you to remember that.
He prefers song titles as long as isekai titles.
Oh, God. Topher, get your shit together, man. figure your shit out.
How about I give that
Stop
kid a
it.
wedgie?
Yeah.
Should.
Wait, oh my God. I just thought about, like, have you ever seen, like, the little rain frog booties and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking about, like, just a frog butt with a wedgie in it. I mean, it would be a very small wedgie, but...
Are we the bullies now?
No.
The other thing that comes from our
not at all.
same person, our longtime fan Cameron, is two things. Y'all should have a Wikipedia entry listing Gary with like 8 R's as manager. And second, for the Newsbreakers cast, what would you like to be known for when you reach old age? What is your Wikipedia entry saying?
So, I imagine that Benny would like to be known for like having run some kind of successful expose. Like, we're talking the kind that like there's a deep conspiracy theory happening and she just wants to be the one to blow the lid off the whole thing. Which, you know, may or may not happen in the next school year, apparently.
Yeah, I should probably start playing the Death Note music every session now because it's starting to get tense. Brenham, what would
A history of successful gigs being a famous singer-songwriter while also being like a medical genius.
And what about Gracia?
History on, a long stint on Broadway, being like the opening for some really famous part that she like kind of paves the way of like, this is how the part should be. She's on the Broadway recording. So just main character energy.
Jacques?
Jacques will start his career as an adventurer, but realize that's not really what it is and goes into wrestling. I mean, come on. Makes the most
Probably,
sense.
with Ballistic as his partner.
Yeah, tag team duo.
I could see
Is he
it.
your partner, or is he like the opposite, like your main rival?
Depends on the story arc.
Don't tell him
Maybe
that.
it starts off as your rival and eventually he becomes your partner. Like, gotta grow together.
There's at least 3 arcs that like start with the two of them at odds, but one of them running into the ring at the last minute during an important match to save the other. And they just keep building the emotional hype from that. Like, okay, ratings are low. Let's get the emotional hype from Jacques and Ballistic. Sorry, I just went off like on a headcanon with that.
That's okay. Yeah. They'll get the pop from the crowd.
And then last is Rafrika.
That's a good question. Well, he's gonna be coasting off of his family's wealth for the rest of time. He's probably going to really do some nepo baby shit, and just not understand why people have an issue with that. And he'll be. Here's what's going to happen on his 29th and 364th day birthday. He will be found in a pool in a Las Vegas penthouse suite. He'll still be alive in the pool there, but that's where he's going to be found. And that's where he's just going to stop doing anything for the rest of time.
Record scratch, freeze frame. You're probably wondering how I ended up here.
He's going to figure out how to do like a stop time spell, so he is always under 30 for the rest of his life.
Well, listeners, that does it for this episode of Crits and Grits Monday Morning Newsbreakers. If you want to find me, do yourselves a favor and don't. If you wish upon a star, I might just find you.
I'll poke you on Facebook.
Please no.
Mm-hmm.
No
Yeah.
Facebook.
Support some of the other people that have helped us out so far, like Jess. You can follow on twitch.tv/JessPanda or follow MomoCon on the MomoCon socials. Facebook, MySpace, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. Someone give me a social media platform. I don't know. Be real.
Live journal.
Live journal.
Hive, I guess.
Deep start.
Follow
the Little Caesars bulletin board.
Follow.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Better than MySpace.
Where all of your updates are just written in like slices of pepperoni.
Follow Jay on twitch.tv/rush918 and follow Ducky on twitch.tv/DuckyPlease. Also follow Kyler on YouTube at Fishing After 5. Now everyone give a jumble. Yeah.
Oh, Gary on Facebook.
Oh, Gary on Facebook.
Oh, Gary on Facebook.
Some people